Happy Friday, Fun Fold Friday with you guys today. I have a fun fold for you today that one of my team members, Michelle Townsley, she suggested. She had found it on another blog. She had seen it on a YouTube by, who was it? Taffy Crafting. And she suggested that I try to make it for us. So I went through it. I made it a couple of times, and I actually found a way to make it easier than the way Crafting Taffy did. So this is a really easy way to make this floating squares pop-up card, and I really can't wait to show you guys. One thing I need to do before we get started, hold on. Okay, and that, I've got a couple of things for you. Okay, first, and I always like to say this before I really get started, and that is my name's Christina Reese. This is Creating with Christina, and I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my Facebook page. And I just love helping card makers by sharing my card tutorials with you all. And I give lots of tips and art design skills and stuff like that. So that's who I am, and that's what this is. One more thing though, I have changed my host code, so I need to throw that up there. There we go. July is ending on a weekend, and Stampin' Up's not open on the weekend. So I always close my monthly host codes on the last business day of the month, which is today. So it's closed. The July code is closed, but that's okay because now there's an August code. And so if you purchase $50 or more before tax and use the host code, I am going to send you a nice gift at the end of the month. So those of you who used it in July, I just ordered your gifts. As soon as I get them, I will send them out to you. All right, let's get started here. Okay, let's move this over. Here we go. So this is a floating squares pop-up card. All right, and I put a belly band around mine. And so a belly band is just it's a band that you put around to keep it closed. And then watch this. Are you ready? Okay, everybody? You ready? Watch. Cool, huh? So the squares look like they're floating. Okay, isn't that neat? And I did snowflakes, so it looks like it's snowing in the forest. There you go. There's a flatter one. All right, so that is what we're going to make today. And then you just put the belly band back on it. There we go. And it stays closed. This is going to be my last Christmas in July card, okay, because I'm so excited. Tuesday, our new catalog, the mini holiday catalog starts. You all are going to be able to order from it. And so I want to start using the new product. I've had it in my stash for a while now, and I've just really been having a lot of fun with it. So I'll start, of course, with fall and holiday cards, fall and Halloween cards for a while, and then I'll jump into the holiday. Okay, so I wanted to say that the very first step for making this card is, my throat is sore, is cutting all the cardstock, all right? So the first piece, and I want to remind you that all of these measurements are over on my blog. As soon as this video's over and I can upload it, then I'll put the blog out and you'll have it all written down for you. But this is 8.5 by 5.5, and it is scored at 2 1/8 on both sides. So 2 1/8. Okay, and all that is so that when you bring these together, it closes and makes like that. Okay, so that's our base. 5 1/4 by 5.5 scored at 2 1/8. So that's the first thing. And I'm just going to be rubbing my throat like crazy this morning. This is basic gray that I'm using here. And so while we have the basic gray out, let's go ahead and make the squares. These are the floating squares, and you'll need 2 of them at 2 1/4. Okay. The squares also are going to have a second layer. These are 2 1/8, and this is Misty Moonlight, and I'll tell you why I'm using that in just a sec. And then the third layer, and this is why, is because we have designer series paper. The designer series paper is cut at 2. So this part is the square, and you're just going to layer these together like so, okay? And they're all just a little bit smaller, and they make a nice square, layered square, and you can make 2 of them. All right, so we've got that. You need the hinge, And I'm making the hinge in Misty Moonlight in the card that I'm making for you. In the card that I made earlier, I used the basic gray, but you could see the hinge too much. And these are supposed to be floating squares, like they're not attached to anything. I am using this gorgeous winter tree designer paper. This is from our Beauty of the Earth designer series paper, and it's on sale right now. It's on sale until tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day. You can get our catalog, our annual catalog designer series paper, just the regular designer series paper, not the specialty. It's on sale right now for 15% off. So that's that. Okay, what else do we need? All right, to decorate the front of the card, I pulled this beautiful paper. It kind of looks like snowflakes. This is Simply Elegance. Now, this is specialty designer paper because it has this silver emboss on it. It's so pretty. So that's the front of our card. 2 by 5 3/8, 2 of those. My sentiment is on a little rectangle, 1 1/4 by 3, okay? And the belly band is 1 inch by 9 1/2 inches. Okay, so that's my belly band. Oh, and that's out of the silver foil. We're gonna need some scraps of silver foil because we're gonna cut out some snowflakes. All right. And what else do we need? A little scrap of white to make a big white snowflake for the front, for the belly band. All right, so we've got all this. Oh, and some vellum for our sentiment. Okay, so this is all the stuff that we're gonna need. All right, like I said, it's all going to be on the blog, so don't worry about if you didn't get it written down, or if you're watching this on the replay, you can pause and back it up. All right, so our next step is we're going to adhere those 2 beautiful panels from the Simply Elegant. Okay. We've got those, and like I said, this is our base, and it just folds in like this, so these 2 pieces go right here. All right, so let me get some adhesive, and we're going to stick these on here. And the Simply Elegant paper is so perfect when you want to make your card a little fancier. It's grays, silvers, gold, black. You know, it's real good basic colors, what we call neutral colors. So it goes with really anything if you want to fancy it up. Okay, and I thought that kind of looked like a snowflake there, that flourish. And you can see these beautiful gray, black and white leaves here on that side. It's just really pretty paper. And it's called Simply Elegant, which it is. It's Simply Elegant. Okay. All right. Now, like I said, I cut this at 5 and, where's my measurement? 5 3/8 here. Because, and let me lift this up for you. I just wanted a teeny tiny border of the basic gray. I didn't want to see much of it, but I didn't want it to go all the way to the edge either. So that's 5 3/8 by 2 inches. And there we have that. All right, so that's the inside. We also need to adhere the designer paper that goes in here. Okay, and that's this beautiful wintry forest. Okay, and this is cut just slightly smaller than 4 inches, because if you cut it at 4 inches, it's going to hit the seam of the fold, and your fold won't fold very well. So it's just a hair shorter, just enough to stay inside the 2 fold marks, but not to show too much of the gray. Okay, and like I said, that just goes right there. Kind of center it between your 2 score lines. Okay, and I said this was 4 by, I'm sorry, not 4. Did I not make a thing for it? No, I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't make a Post-it note. Oh, there. Yeah, there it is. So I said it's 4 by 5 1/4. That's not true. Okay, I give up. It's 5 1/2 because you want to go all the way to the bottom. And it is slightly smaller than 4 inches. There you go. On the blog, it will be written correctly. All right, there we go. Oh, you know what? I don't have my comments up. Good morning, you guys. Oh my gosh, hello everybody. Happy Fun Fold Friday. Whee! Okay. What's our next step? So we finished our base part of it. Okay, now we need to make our squares. So I'm going to move that out of the way and let's get our squares in here. So I have 2 basic gray, cut at 2 1/4. I have 2 Misty Moonlights, cut at 2 1/8. And you know what? I'll just put these right over here so you can see them. Come here. There we go. And then the designer paper, or you could make these white and do whatever design you want on them. Okay. Wow, look at all you guys here. I just got I just got all your comments. I'm flooded. I love it. Woohoo! Good morning, everyone. All right, so there's all my cards. So quickly, let's just put these together, and you're just layering them. You know, no biggie. Okay. And this designer paper does kind of have a direction. The branches go up. Okay, the branches go up. And like I said, you can barely tell that I even have Misty Moonlight behind there, but that's all right. There we go. Okay. And this last one. Oh, Katie says she's looking forward to a weekend of making cards. Oh, that's awesome, Katie. I am celebrating my husband's birthday this weekend. We are heading out to a national wildlife preserve up in western Oklahoma, near Wichita Falls. Actually as part of the national park system. My husband found it, and we're going to go do some hiking in 100-degree weather. We will drink our water, I promise. All right, here we go. So we've got our squares made. Yay. Now I'm trying to keep out of the way of all my other stuff on this video thing. Okay, we made our squares. Oh, okay. Now, when you are, we're going to finish making these squares real quick. We're going to decorate them. And I want to pull out my other card and show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. So now this card, I used white and made my own designer paper, and I didn't put anything here, and I just thought it looked kind of, well, it looks pretty, but I thought it'd be pretty with the designer paper, so I did it that way. Now, but what I want to point out to you, these snowflakes, once you see how intricately cut they are, and they're just very, very little room to put any glue or adhesive. So if you are going to cut out intricate snowflakes or intricate anything, be sure to put adhesive sheets on the back of the cardstock or whatever you're using. That way, when you cut it out, it's a sticker, and you just peel the back off and you stick it down like a sticker, okay? And so that's what I'm talking about here. I did these, and I have adhesive sheeting. Now, what I mean by adhesive sheeting, oh, I totally forgot to get it out. All right. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So it comes like this. Okay. This is adhesive sheets. It's just called adhesive sheets. And all it is double-sided paper. Okay. So both sides have a waxy finish. This side is a solid, this is a solid piece of wax paper. And this wax paper is cut into strips. So like that. Whoops, come here. There we go. So you have strips, and you just peel it back, and you have this adhesive. And so you make a sticker, okay? Then once you have that on, and so I put it on the back of the silver foil paper here. Now watch this. I just peel the back off like this. Can y'all see what I'm doing? There we go. And I've got myself a sticker. Cool, huh? And I'm just going to put that. Now remember, this square is going to bump up next to the edge of the card, so you don't want anything to go over on that side. This side you can have things fall off. This side you can have a little bit fall off because there's a little bit of the top of the card showing. But these two sides you can have as much as you want to go off the edge as you want. Does that kind of make sense? All right, so I'm just going to have it come off just a wee bit at the top up there. Not very much. Okay, and then I have my other one, my other snowflake, and same here, you just peel the sticker off, all right, and I am going to have that come off over here. There we go. All right, now it is kind of sticky right there, and so if you want to put some talc powder or just keep touching it with your fingers, eventually you'll get enough like oils from your hand on there to keep it from sticking to stuff. Okay, that's one square. It's done. That's pretty easy. Oops, it goes that way. This one, however, this square, I put a sentiment. All right, so we're gonna put a sentiment right here. And let me grab my ink and my stamp, because you know this is stamping, so you have to watch me stamp something. Debbie says, have a wonderful time. Yes, we will. I love hiking, and I'm just so glad my husband found this place, even though it is gonna be pretty hot. Okay, and I'm going pretty close to the edge because I want to cut a flag tail there. All right, and this is cut at 1 1/4. Okay, this sentiment here, may your season sparkle, is you need about 1 1/4 width to get it all in there. And now, because it's 1 1/4, I don't have a flag tail punch that will fit that. So I made myself a template, and y'all saw me using this earlier. Actually, I'm going to use it on the other side so my pencil marks don't show, but you can always erase your pencil marks, so that's no big deal. Okay, I'm trying to line that up. It's hard to see white on white. Okay, and my pencil. There you are. All right, and I love these big pencils. These big pencils I have listed. Everybody always asks me, where'd you get it? Where'd you get it? Well, I made myself an Amazon shopping page on my blog, and you just go to shopping with me on my blog, and you'll see the page that's Amazon must-have tools, and they're just Amazon links. I do get a small commission if you shop with me, but I tell you that just so that you know my blog and my newsletter do cost money to keep running, so that's kind of how I pay for that stuff. All right, here we go. And we're just going to cut that there, and oh, come here. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so we have that. We're just going to put a little adhesive back here. Making sure I don't go too far past the square, because that's got to bump up against the other edge of the card. And then we need another snowflake. So I know I have it around here somewhere. I have snowflakes everywhere. Did it fall in my lap? Yeah, probably. Come here, Mr. Snowflake. Where did you go? Where did you go? Okay. I apologize, you all. This happens to me every time. I just get so excited sharing everything with you, and then I go and lose something. Oh, why? Well, y'all just pretend there's a snowflake there, because I need to finish making this card for you guys. That is so frustrating. Maybe I'll find it while I'm making the rest of the card. Okay. So we've made our squares. Now we need to attach our hinges and our squares to our card. So this is the floating part. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Get that out of the way. And our hinges are cut at 1. Okay, now this part you do need to remember. 1 by 5 1/4. And they are scored at 1 inch, 2 inch, and 4 1/4. And I'm just going to put this right here on the edge so that if you want to, can you see it? There it is. All right, right there. So if you want to see that, it's right there. And I need my scoring tool. So let me grab my scoring tool. Okay, so we're going to go at 1 inch. And I love, this is a cutting scoring tool. So I can cut and I can score on the same tool. And I don't have to have two tools taking up more space in this little bitty craft room. Though to some of y'all this is not little bitty. It's pretty big. To others it's little bitty. To me, I feel like it's little bitty because I can't seem to find enough room for everything in it. Maybe I just don't need so much stuff. No, that's not true. Woo, I am talking. I'm just going crazy. All right, here we go. All right, so there we go. There's our hinge. All right, let me repeat what we've done real quick, especially for anyone who's just now joining us. We have made the base. Okay, the base is just simple 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 2 1/8, and we put designer paper on there. Okay, then we made squares. These squares are 2 1/4, 2 1/8, and 2, just layered. Then I put snowflakes on this one and a banner. I will have a snowflake there if I can find it. Okay, so those are my squares. Now I have my hinges, okay? I'm going to use, where's my white marker? You can't see. Oh, come on. Where's my white marker? Come on. Well, okay. Forget it. I must have like this little nymph that comes in here and takes things while I'm working. That's all I can figure. You're not going to be able to see this pencil, but we'll do it anyways. Okay. Right here, let me get the angle so you can see the score marks. There they are. Oh, perfect. Okay, so this score mark here, you're going to put glue on that one thing. These two over here, these are going to create the hinge, all right? And actually, so let me pull the base out here. The one square here, okay, that is going to go on the left side and the left side here, okay, right there. This one is going to go the other way. So this one has the one square by itself over here. Trying to get the light to show the score marks. It's kind of hard. Oh, well, anyways, this one by itself, there's two over here. There's one over here. This one is going to go over here, all right? So you've got this and you've got this, all right? I'm going to put an X here. I know you can't see it. I don't know what happened to my white marker. Okay, can you kind of see? You can't see it at all. Oh, well, okay. Life. All right, so let's put some glue over here. Okay, got glue on there, and we are going to flip the glue down, and we are going to, we need to make sure our squares are in the correct place so that they don't overlap each other. I mean, there's plenty of room. You just want to make sure. So once you have your squares on there, now you can tell that that's one is just going to go right there, right against that score mark. Okay, remember there's a score line here, and then way over here you have two other score lines. Okay, that dumb white pen, I don't know where it is, but I will. Kim says, ugh, the same nymph comes to my room too. And Diana says, I think I have a ghost. I'm telling you, girls, it's crazy. All right, there we go. This side, same thing. And just kind of put it there where you're going to have your square. Okay. And remember, you don't want the paper on the score mark. You want it just a hair past it, not too far, but just a hair past, so that the fold will fold. There we go. So we've got those on there, and I'm using liquid glue because it is the strongest adhesive once it dries. If it's still wet, it's going to move. So you do need to make sure that it has securely secured. Doesn't take long though. All right, now that we have that, fold our hinges over. Okay, we can get our squares out of the way now. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this and fold this. Okay, and what it's going to do is when we're going to put glue on this side, and we are going to, whoops, come here. Okay, just like that. And so that it folds down, but then use my finger to hold it, but it pops up. Oops, can't see. Oh, let's try this again. All right, so you're going to put glue back here. Okay, you're going to glue it, you're going to fold it back, glue it down as you have the panel shut. Make sure the glue is dry or secure, and then it'll have, and you can open it all the way. All right, so see how easy that is? All right, so basically you're putting glue on this little square here and glue on this little square here. Okay, now watch this. Here we go. And like I said, you can fold it flat and then fold it flat, just like that. Okay. And just hold it for a sec. Let it, like I said, let it get on there. Okay. Oh, and let me fold these down on the score lines. Okay, same thing. You're going to put some glue right here. Come and fold it. Oh, get out of the way. There we go. Fold it flat. All right. And now I'm just going to fold the whole thing shut and just hold it for a minute. says the Hallmark people do it. Oh my goodness. That's pretty funny, Greg. Okay. I think we're good. All right. Like it? There's your hand. And see how the, let me show you my other card. So see how the navy, again, or not navy, Misty Moonlight is not quite as visible as the gray. The gray hinge you can kind of see that a little more there. And not so much here because the banner's in the way. That's why I switched to Misty Moonlight here. All right, and now we just need to adhere these squares on, okay? So that's real easy. Just put some glue here. Whoops, not that much glue. I'm trying to brush it over. Okay. And we're just going to center that on there and let it sit. And remember, make sure you have enough room for your fold to fold. Just keep testing. That's another reason I like using glue, because it does move. You can move things just a little bit while you're waiting for it to dry. Okay, there we go. And now, still a little wet there. Come on. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. One last thing, we do need to create a belly band. And so I have this snowflake and this snowflake and this sentiment. Now, I used Stays On ink on vellum, okay? At first I did embossing, but you couldn't see the embossing. I thought silver embossing would be real pretty, but you couldn't even see it. So I switched to black Stays On, and that worked great. And then I just trimmed around it. I didn't do anything fancy. Because it is just the belly band. And then this I made into a sticker. Okay. Pull this off. Come on. And I'm just going to adhere that right onto this white one. Line it up. Ooh, that's being snickerty. Okay, what's going on here? Why is that not fitting? Oh well, I kind of got it off, but that's all right. It's gonna be covered up by the sentiment. So we have our belly band here. Let me get this out. Remember, this is 1 inch by 9.5. And I'm going to use a dimensional here. And once again, I switched colors here. I did the gray there, the basic gray. But when you put it up against, whoops, when you put it up against there, you couldn't see it very well. See how it just blends in? So white was a little better. And so I'm just gonna take that and, come on. There we go. And I like for the points of my snowflake, make sure I'm even here. Okay. There we go. And then the snowflake wishes I just put on with adhesive. I just found that was the easiest, since dimensionals, you can see them through vellum, and there really isn't anything on the vellum to hide anything. So there we go. Okay. So that's all. It's just very simple belly band there. And I'm so sorry I keep getting out of the camera. I've got about a hand's width here that I keep going back into. Okay. How do you do a belly band? Here we go. Flip it over, okay? And flip your card over, okay? You want to, or I guess it doesn't really matter because you're not going to glue it to your card, but just keeps the flaps from opening while you're working, okay? And you just do it on here. And now lift these over. So notice I did not score my belly band because I want to make sure it properly fits. It's not too snug and it's not too tight. And sometimes if you try to measure and score, it doesn't do well. So there we go. That's where it naturally wants to fall, and it will come on and off very easily. Once you have that like that, now take some adhesive, some good strong glue. Will not stay on the silver. It's not porous, and so the glue will just rub right off, and you don't want that. So don't use glue on the silver foil. Okay, I got adhesive a little far over, but that's okay. There we go. And come on. There we go. All right. And put it on here. And so you just hold your belly band like this and then just tuck it in like that. And you have your card. And see how much better you can see the snowflake on this one than on this one. Okay, here we go. So there's the snowflake on that one, and there's the snowflake on that one. So pretty. All right, one more time. Let's see it. Doop-a-doo. And voila. Wah! I keep getting out of the camera. There we go. Let me do it again. Whee! So let's thank Michelle Townsley for giving us this idea. Like I said, she got it from Taffy Crafting. If you want to head over there and see what hers looks like. They're all over the place. All you have to do is go to Pinterest and put in the search bar for floating square pop-up card. That's what I'm calling it. Or they've also called it a floating square gatefold card. So there are different things people call it, but boy, you can find all kinds of great ideas. And what I want you all to do is go over to our group, to our private group, Christina's Creative Stampers, and put a picture of the one that you make, okay? It's going to be fun to see everybody's different ideas. I can't wait. Reminder that there is a new host code for August, okay? And the new mini catalog starts on Tuesday. If you do not have yours, send me a message and I will send you one. And have a great weekend, you guys, okay? I love you all so much. Thanks for showing up with me this morning, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.